All right, what we're announcing, very simple. We are expanding commercial recycling for the public. This is something that people have talked about for years. It's something that I wanted to do for a long time. It's something that our environmental commission has talked about. It's something that when I'm just downtown with my friends, we're all saying, how come there aren't recycling bins down here? Why do we have to throw our bottles and cans in the trash can? And so this is something that, like many things, because of our fiscal challenges, we've had to just focus on other things, and other important initiatives have gotten on the back burner. But David Jarrell and Public Works staff were able to find a way to accomplish this at no cost to the city. So we move forward. We're rolling it out with 18 to start. As you can see, they're attractive. They are similar to the other trash cans, but they got the white inside. And I'd like to ask David to talk a little bit about how we got it done. David.
Thank you. Well, this is very exciting for us. Our recycling program actually brings money to the city because we get rebates from the commercial haulers who pick up our recyclables and then sell them to reuse. So we get rebates, and we use that rebate money to plow back into the recycling program. So we use some of that to buy these additional containers, and we plan to do more of that in the future. We're going to add additional containers to the high pedestrian traffic areas downtown. So that's the good news, is the more we recycle, the more money we get from these rebates, and the more we can do to further recycling programs. So it's really great. The other real benefit of this is that we're keeping things out of the landfill, which is really important. And landfills are such scarce resources that we don't want to send things to put into the ground that we can reuse.
I'm Steve Samaras, president of the Annapolis business, Sean. President, that was a long time ago. President of the Downtown Annapolis Partnership and owner of Zachary's Jewelers. For years, recycling programs have focused on reducing residential waste. Now it's time for business to focus their recycling efforts as well. Recycling saves energy, resources, and as Dave mentioned, reduces landfill space. For businesses, recycling is a long-term sustainability investment with multiple rewards. Aside from the environmental ones, recycling improves the public's image of businesses and allows us to reach new markets with our products. The Department of Neighborhood and Environmental Programs offers certification for businesses that recycle. Among other things, that certification can be used to market your business. With the impact of the green destination movement, people visit communities that are environmentally sustainable. A certificate or symbol in our window showing we are involved in environmental best practices may be the fine line that determines if someone comes into my shop or someone else's. And I have a quick story to tell you. About a month ago, I had a gentleman walk into our store, and he spent several thousands of dollars in the store, and before he left, he made a point to tell us all that the reason he shopped in the store is because we had our doors closed, not letting the energy out. So, wow. Just a little personal story. I applaud Mayor Cohen once again. First with the Market House, now with this program. It's great to see things are happening in Annapolis, and I know it's all because of you and your support. So we'd like to certainly continue with this effort and many more that I'm certain are around the corner for us as Annapolitans. Now, my turn to turn it over to Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean O'Neill. I'm the president of the Annapolis Business Association. Being clean and green is no longer just a fad. It's part of our daily life. Many of us at home, many of us recycle at home, and we're out and about, and we have an empty soda can in our hand, and we're looking for a place to discard it. We instantly look for somewhere to recycle. It's how many of us are programmed. It's part of our DNA, and it's now easier to do our good deed here in historic Annapolis, which only makes sense, as Annapolis is as much part of the Chesapeake Bay as Rockfish, Thomas Point Lighthouse, and blue crabs. We need to do our part to help improve the health of the environment. We rely on it. The Chesapeake is what brings many of our residents, visitors, and businesses to town. Without it, we'd lose a large part of our economic engine. No fishing, no sailing, no seafood, no water sports, no sea life, the list goes on and on. These new recycling cans are just a small step of doing what we can to help, but it's at least a move in the right direction. It shows that we don't take the Bay for granted, and we're doing our part. Recycling is now an important part of our modern economy. In fact, did you know less resources are used to recycle than to create products from scratch? And on average, a recycling center can sustain 10 times as many jobs as a landfill. Now with this new program, along with the recycling program that's been initiated for businesses here in town, Annapolis will be able to do our part to help better the environment that we cherish as part of our identity and the Bay that is a larger part of our economy. Mayor Cole?
Thank you, Sean. And to close, I want to invite Suzanne Pugel to say a few words. Suzanne is a downtown resident and businesswoman and longtime
sailor who cares a lot about the environment of the Bay.
Yes.
I love that we're all speaking with one voice, and I think we have to give our mayor credit for really encouraging this interface between the departments, between the administration and the boards and commissions and the community, because our mission is really to educate and outreach to the community with environmental issues. I represent, I guess, the citizens of this community who really care about our city. I call us Good Creek neighbors. And one of our best creek neighbors, who has been the recycling edge of the Annapolis Environmental Commission for 3 years, is sitting over there but in the shade, and her name is Chris Kamenoff. But her story and the story of her friend Marie Rinaldi is that there was no recycling at Truxton Park. So they each week take a blue bin over there, pick up the recycling for the week, and then take it and leave it for the pickup people on Monday or Tuesday. That's a Good Creek neighbor, don't you think? Environmentally, I love that David Garrell talked about teaching our children. Every time every one of us around here puts a piece of plastic or paper product in there and is very careful to put anything other than that into trash, they're really helping the Bay.
And in closing, I just want to make 2 points. One is, I assume all of us are already familiar with the single stream recycling, but it's something that not everybody is aware of. I still run into people who don't realize that we have this option. So I just want to use this as an opportunity to remind everyone we have single stream recycling. Our counterparts at the county have single stream recycling too. And you can do plastic, paper, cardboard, aluminum all together, and then the recycling facility separates it. So it's very easy for people to use. And my final point is, like Suzanne said, I want to thank Suzanne and our business representatives for being here too. The city government obviously has a role to play in clean and green initiatives, but we can only be successful, just like with transit or economic development or whatever the issue is, when we're all working together. So thank you all for your support. And with that, that wraps it up. Thank you all for being here. Go enjoy the Market House or the other businesses.